good afternoon to you. Are we going to get a result today?
Well, Stephen, as you've said it is off to a rocky start. We know that council did start at 10 o'clock this morning. They were expected to vote in the chair of chairs as well as the chairpersons of the Section 79 committees, but still that has not taken place here. We have seen numerous delays. There have been, in the beginning, we saw the opposition, the ANC, the EFF and some of the minority parties asking for delays after delay, or rather asking for breaks to go and caucus. So that has caused more delays. But now, Stephen, just before this break, we have now seen from that multi-party coalition, now we've seen breaks coming from that section where we have the likes of Action SA asking the Speaker for a break as they would like to caucus. We also saw the Patriotic Alliance further then also asking the Speaker for a break. But just to explain to us and just to chat about, what is at stake here today is, of course, the ANC. We have Mpho Moerane. Mpho, we saw today some of those requests from your benches asking for a break to caucus. Are you, as the ANC, still caucusing?
Well, good afternoon to the viewers of Newzroom Afrika. The African National Congress caucus requested a caucus at 11 o'clock. We were back at 11:30. We gave a report back for our caucus. And we don't have control over other parties requesting for caucus. We were back at 11. We were ready to start the business of the day. As the ANC, we want the city to work. We want council to work. Our caucus took only 30 minutes. So we are ready. We've been ready. We've been waiting to continue with the meeting.
One would say when we see these breaks taking place throughout this morning, throughout the day, on the ground, we know that you as political parties are continuing to talk amongst each other and you are continuing to negotiate. Are you still negotiating with some political parties to sway this in your favor?
We are not negotiating with any party. We have parties that we have been working for since we took over in 2019. We are continuing working with them. So we are not negotiating with anyone. Obviously, last week there was chaos erupted. We want to make sure that this week it does not happen again. And we are not negotiating with any other party. We're waiting. We want to work. We're working with the small parties that we've been working with. So we are clear. We know what we want. We are ready to commence with the business of the day.
And some of those delays from last week, Mpho, were because that you as the ANC and the EFF, you asked for the voting process to be done through a secret ballot. We saw, of course, those requests coming through today once more from the EFF and the ANC, but we see the Speaker still says that voting will be done through a show of hands.
We're still going to try to persuade the Speaker to give us the process that we have requested for. I think it is within our right to request that process. But at the end of the day, we want to make sure that council sits and processes all the items that are remaining by voting for the chair of chairs and the chairpersons of Section 9 committees.
Some of the comments coming out, when you look at the delays, because those delays were coming out from the opposition and those requests for a break, they're criticizing the ANC as well, saying that you're holding on to power and you're continuing to negotiate even though council is taking place today. Are you holding on to power as the ANC?
We're not holding on to power. On the 1st of November, we lost the majority. On the 22nd of November, we lost the position of mayor, chief whip, and the speaker. We are not contesting. We officially accepted that we are the opposition. And as you can see in council, we're sitting on opposition benches. So we are going to be in effective opposition in this chamber. So what they focusing about, we don't know, and we don't want to know. It is their business. We want to commence with the business of the day.
And Mpho, if you do not have your way and have the voting of the chair of chairs as well as the chairpersons of the oversight committees done through a secret ballot, will you accept that as the ANC?
We will not disrupt council. We did not disrupt council the last week. We will not disrupt it again. We will make sure that we work with the Speaker. We believe last week's events are caused by the Speaker by refusing to listen to us. But today, we want to make sure that council does its business of the day.
All right, thank you very much. Of course, Stephen, that is Mpomairane from the ANC there. As you heard that bell, council is now back in session, so we will then hear from the Speaker, Vasco da Gama. He's right here on the podium, as you can see.
Well, this is the city of Joburg. We expect this council meeting to now get going. The Speaker, Vasco da Gama, to chart the way forwards. The noise you heard during that conversation between the ANC's Mpomairane, the caucus leader, former mayor of Joburg, and our reporter, Mbali Thetani, of course, that was the bell calling councillors. I see in the front there, well, closer to us, but in the back of the council, EFF councillor, I'm presuming from the way that he is dressed, waving bottles of water around. Earlier there was a dispute about whether councillors could have bottles of water. There is a lot of history to this. This has happened in the National Assembly. It's also, of course, you may remember in the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro Municipality, Andile Lungisa ended up serving jail time for severely assaulting a DA councillor with a pitcher of water, with a glass jar of water. He brought it down on his head. So there's a little bit of history around water vessels and council meetings. But for the moment, it seems relatively calm and peaceful. Mbali Thetani, of course, is our reporter there. But these proceedings underway in the city of Joburg at the moment.